E-commerce merchants have been trying to crack the personalization code for some time now, and the ones that have cracked it are offering their customers a more relevant experience and converting at a higher rate than the competition. Today I'm talking with Smart Furniture President and CEO TJ Gentle about personalization. Hey TJ, how you doing today?
Hey Tim, thanks for having me.
TJ, why is it important to offer your customers a personalized experience?
You know, the big picture answer is, in order to remain competitive, it is personalization is one of the tools that customers are sort of coming to expect, even though they don't realize they're expecting it. They want the convenience of you anticipating what their needs are before they even know what they are, and you know, if you're able to do that, they'll reward you with staying on your side and buying. But if you're not actually able to anticipate their needs, you know, they're going to bounce quickly and find somebody who will anticipate their needs.
TJ, I'm going to bounce to do a screen share here. You walked me through a demo of your website back in March, I believe it was, at the ETL show, and I want to go through this to show and have you show me how to create a relevant experience without using customer data. Now, when I go to your site, I go to Get Personalized Recommendations, Create a Smart Profile, and I click here. Tell me what I do then to help you guys out.
Yeah, I'm getting the perpetual. I'm getting your dashboard of the broadcast whenever you come up there.
Huh. Interesting. I think I got you on here though. I see you on here now. Actually, I do see a perpetual thing too, which is pretty odd. But I do see you when you're talking. I'm gonna try to do screen share again, and we'll go on to this, and we'll start screen share. And let's hope we don't have a.
Yeah, perfect.
We have it now. We are good. Okay, so for those that didn't see, I did click up here where the cursor is to create a profile. Now tell me a little about the three. As I'm going through this, talk a little about this 3-minute quiz and why this really helps you guys out.
Sure. You know, there are two different primary ways to do personalization, and one is sort of intrinsic data, and the other is explicit. And one of the things we realized very early on was there's no better way to really capture how somebody feels about something rather than asking them outright. And what we try to do is, in as few questions as possible, really get at the heart of what that customer's style and budget and other ancillary pieces of information are. So if you look at this question, you know, these are 3 chairs, and you know, to a layperson, you know, that may just look like 3 chairs. But if you look at them and say, which one do you like the most? They're better. The subtle differences in the design of those chairs actually says a lot about what your style preference is. And you know, if you're leaning to the right, you know, far to the right, that's a very modern chair. So style is one of those variables that's very important. The next one, because most of our customers tend to be in major metro areas, the amount of space they have is a critical factor. You know, whether you know you need to maximize the space or reduce it. So what we try to do is give them a spectrum of that. And this is a further validating question on style. So it looks like you're going.
My style. And so my style, I'm going to pretend I am more on the contemporary side, or at least I believe that was contemporary. Was that right?
Sure, and you know, everything is somewhat subjective, but you know, we sort of say on one end is sort of traditional and the other is modern, and then there are stages in between. And so contemporary is sort of on the modern side of the middle.
Okay. So as I'm looking at how I describe the way I decide to buy, I'm going to go for the balance of price and features.
It's about 80% of customers, believe it or not, say, I want to balance the two, which is interesting because their behavior oftentimes dictates that everyone wants price. But when they really are asked that question, they always say they want a balance.
Okay, so we'll say that I'm going to go for my home office is where I'm spending my leisure time, because who doesn't work 24/7 nowadays?
That's right.
And if I was to say that I was the leather sofa person, that would be very misleading. So I'm going to go to the one on the left, and which image?
Some of these questions, within the algorithm that we develop are validating questions to ensure that the answer that you gave is consistent, and also that we're not necessarily biased by one style or the other when from the pictures. So
I'm going to go with the odd just right for my living space, knowing that's very accurate. And what matters to me most, I think that screen may be shaking a little bit again. No, we're good.
Yep.
And I'm going to go with the price balance with quality, and I'm also going to go with what's most important when purchasing an office chair is comfort. So I will go with I'm a new customer. Give me my name. Now, when I put my password in, no one's going to be able to see this, right?
That's right. So what you've done right here from an e-commerce standpoint. So this is your style profile. You named contemporary common sense, and office was where you said you spent most of your time. If you scroll down, these are some of the recommendations within each room. All right, and these are some of the things that were picked out for you. Now, what we've done at this point, from this point forward on the site, every page you go to will actually be merchandised and developed with your style preference, and your style and budget and available space preferences. So if you click on, pick a room there, see more living room recommendations or something to that effect.
We'll go with living room. Okay.
Yeah, scroll up just a little bit. You see the see more living room recommendations or office on the right-hand side.
All right, see more office recommendations.
Yeah, that's fine.
See more living room. Okay, we'll go with see more living room on here.
So one of the things we've been trying to do is making sure that each customer, when they come, sort of have control of whether they see the personalization or not. And you clicked on that, and if you wait just a second, it's actually going through and calculating all of the different products and bringing those up. But you'll see on the bottom right hand of the screen as we come into the next screen that your smart profile is turned on. If you'd like to turn it off, you just sort of toggle the switch.
Okay.
So these recommendations are sort of calibrated to you and what your style preferences say. And one of the things that we've found here is that, or one of the challenges that we've done with personalization is, rather than focusing entirely on the wisdom of crowd approach that you often see with e-commerce retailers, what we've done on our end is take the people at the company that are furniture experts, and we've created lots of attributes with products, and then we've married those through an algorithm with customer profile characteristics. So this is your personalized living room space. So if you scroll up to the top, and you say, all right, I want to look at sofas or chairs or tables. Anywhere else you go, any other room, any other category, everything is going to be curated to those particular products. And even so far as oftentimes the headers and footers and the call-outs are going to be personalized to your style and budget preferences. So do you see the toggle screen on the bottom right-hand side of the screen?
Yes.
If you flick that off, you would see what the default side is when it's not personalized.
Okay, so I'm gonna click this off, and we're gonna see what happens here. As we go to off, we just get a bunch of things that really may not be in my price range, may not be exactly what I think is going to look good in my home. So this is interesting. Now as I go to on, let's go to on, and much better. These are the things that are fitting my profile.
So one of the things that, as an e-commerce retailer, that we've done in this process now every time we send a promotional email or we do any sort of retargeting, we know your profile type, and emails should be more relevant. You should be seeing, even in a general email, certain of the images and even the call-outs should be very specific to your style profile. So if you ever want to see your style profile again, if you go back to the top, where you clicked originally, personalized for you, check out your smart profile. You click on that.
Okay.
And I'll show you one other neat function that at the very top of the page, at the header, it says personalized for you, and then there's check out your smart profile.
Yes.
Click on that again, and it'll take you back to your profile page.
Okay.
And if you see on the right-hand side, see the image that's got
to get inspiration?
Yeah, click on that. This is a room dynamically generated, a smart space room that actually, if you want to click on that image, it'll give you an opportunity to play around. All right, this is loading. Now you can just hold your mouse down on any one of those objects, and on the left, and move it around.
Okay. So I'm going to
just drag it
a little more. Okay, and move my bookshelf.
And it gives you an opportunity to and you move that forward and back if you want, but it gives you an opportunity to design a space. And if there are other products you want to add, you can throw them in there. But these are some of the top products for that profile that are sort of dynamically been put together. And you can even go so far as to upload an image of your own background there if that's what you want to do.
So this way I could determine, instead of having the stripe here, I could have what my walls in my house look like.
Yeah, and you can delete any of those things, or every product in our catalog is available for you to arrange in that space. So if you decided you want to upload your background and actually see what a product would look like, you can. So click on that one of those products, maybe the chair. Click on that chair.
Okay, I'm going to click on the chair.
And then click Customize whenever you see that pop up.
Okay, so we hit Customize, and I get an image loading for me to change my upholstery if I want. Actually, it looks like the upholstery may not be able to be changed, but I can change the finish of the legs. Okay. So this way, I don't have to go with a set style of furniture. I can choose from several different designs.
That's right. And if you click on Save to My Space, right there, basically those individual images weren't loading at that time. It might have been a side speed thing. But what you should be able to do is customize the color of those products right there within the context of each other.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to turn my screen back off, and I'm back up here again. TJ, I'm sure there's customers who do bypass a survey, and as you saw also and as we saw also, you can toggle it off as well. But what have you learned from those customers who've taken the survey versus those who didn't? Is there a big difference in the conversion rates or pages per visits, the overall experience?
It's a very different experience, and it's one of the things. One of our challenges is trying to make sure that we give people the opportunity to do that. We have found that at a minimum, people who go through the survey are 10 times more likely to find what they're looking for than customers who don't. And when I say at a minimum, most of the profile types average out about 15 times more. So it's a dramatic increase. And from our standpoint, what's important to us is that we're providing a great service and that customers are able to find what they're looking for. And so we want to get them into that profile so that they can find what it is they're looking for. One of the challenges is getting more people to either do the profile or to do sort of an implied profile. And one of the areas we've been experimenting with is using key terms that have profile attributes associated with them to sort of create an implied profile when they land on the site. An example would be if you searched a term that was like a modern table, and you knew the name of that modern table, well, one of the questions is answered. You're a modern-oriented shopper. So what we should do from that point forward in the site is treat you as if you had answered the survey questions and that you had chosen a modern aesthetic.
Excellent. Oh, TJ, thank you so much for walking me through smart furniture and walking through this for the multi-channel merchant audience. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Have a good day.